and thank you for joining us on Kisses and Crumbs, where we talk about all the kisses and crumbs of marriage. I'm Jalivia.
And I'm Bobby.
And today we have the pleasure of welcoming Jamila and Marvin to Kisses and Crumbs. Welcome.
Welcome, Jamila and Marvin. Now let's get started. So tell us a little about yourself.
I'll start. So, Jamila Charles. I am senior level IT in healthcare. It's about the easiest way to describe it. We've been married 28. We've been married 28 years. We always have to ask how old our oldest is. We'd be like, "How old are you?" And she's like, "We're like, okay, that's how long we've been married." So we just turned 28. So it's been 28 years. Wow. Together, we love to travel. That's like our favorite thing to do. Mm-hmm. Individually, I like to hang out with my friends and my broke besties, which are my girls. Our three girls, I do like to hang out with my kids as they are young adults.
Love that.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I'm Marvin Charles. My occupation, basically, I work for the city of Houston. The engineering side. I always tell people, the streets you're riding on, yeah, they might not look that good, but we get the job done.
It could be a dirt road, but it's not because of us.
Yeah.
Right.
Like she said, we're married 28, but I always put in, we've been married 28, but we've been together 29. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I be counting.
Okay.
The things I like doing by myself would be working out. It's a peace of mind for you when you're out there. I start going to basketball games by myself, watch the Rockets. And she said, well, why don't you invite some of your cousins? I'm like, you gotta understand, when I go watch a game, I want total concentration on that game. I don't need to hear you. Yeah, man, look at this over here. Oh, man, look at over here. Dude, look at this game. Now, if you see something on that court that you want to talk about, like, yeah, man, that ref tripping, okay, then I'm going to talk to you. But otherwise, be quiet. And at halftime, you can talk to me all you want.
Yeah.
Then you all like to travel together. I love it.
Yes,
okay.
man.
Awesome.
Yes. What's yours? Your favorite?
We're going on a trip in 2 weeks, and he cannot hold water, and I don't want to know where we're going. It's supposed to be a surprise for me.
Okay.
I already kind of let the cat out the bag, so I don't want to know. I was in decision fatigue. I didn't want to make any decisions, and he said he got it, and so I want to be a total surprise. I don't even want to check in. I want him to do all the checking. I want to be surprised when I get to the gate, like, oh, like.
Okay,
Wow,
that's nice.
that's cool.
I like that. Oh, we gotta write that down. Okay.
If you surprise me, tell me, I got a surprise for you. No, you're going to tell me now, because
I want to be.
that's
surprised.
not really a surprise to me. Surprise to me would be like if you booked a private jet and tied me up where I can't see nothing. Plane took off, landed, and get off the plane, unveil. Wow, this is great.
I'm with Jamila. I think that's cool.
Yeah, man. I think she need a whole agency to pull that off.
Yeah.
Okay,
What
gotcha.
we like to do together is travel.
We're going to get this party started with our cookie jar questions. These are a few quick questions for you to get warmed up and to let everyone know a little more about you. First question: who gives the best gifts?
Me.
Who's got better jokes? Who's the funniest?
Oh, that's going to be
He is. He is. He's a
All right. Who's the spender and who's the saver?
both.
All right. Who's more bougie?
Oh, that's her. Sure, that well, yeah, that's still her, but she kind of brought me along because,
He's spoiled.
well, military always had me that way where I can sleep anywhere.
Must come with a robe.
See?
It must come with a robe.
Whose music playlist is better?
Okay. I listen to the same thing over and over, so it has to be his.
Yeah,
It has to be his.
because my
What is it that you listen to?
It's either going to be Beyonce.
Okay.
beyond.
Beyonce. Hey, that's all right.
Yeah, because I work from home, so I'm not in the car as often.
Okay.
So when I do get in the car, it's like, ooh, let me listen to some Beyonce. But he has an assortment
I'm
playlist.
listening to everything from the 80s, little 70s, all the way up to now. But mostly it's just gonna consist of 80s and 90s stuff that I kind of grew up on, MTV days type stuff like that. And you'll have other stuff be thrown in of the new stuff today.
Okay, cool.
So, who would you say has the coolest friends?
That'd be me. That'd be me because my friends travel with us.
Okay, but what would make them cool?
Because they're my friends.
Because of me.
So I gave a grace on that. Because I was going to try to go with, okay, how would we determine?
Yeah.
I would go with hers. Mine's, they're special.
Yeah.
They're really special.
Okay.
In a good way.
Mom can travel with us, and I know they can entertain him, and I can read a book. Like, you and Angie can be looking for starfish, and you and Cody can be trekking through the rainforest, and I can read a book because they'll hang out with them and stuff like that. So mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they allow you to be you and they're them and they just
Yep.
can be
Yeah.
more
Yeah, I get it.
authentic with you. Okay, cool. Okay, who's more likely to get in trouble with the law?
Her.
Her. Well, you don't.
And she knows I'm more of that thinker. Like, I've been put in situations like that to where it's like I can catch on like, oh, you trying to bait me, huh? Got you. I got you. So now I'm gonna play your game with you.
Right.
Her, on the other hand, she just fly off the hinge, and it's like, dude, calm down. Just
Yeah.
stop. She
Think
keep
this
going.
through.
You see what I'm saying? It ain't no
Right, right.
There's none of that. So yeah, her.
Okay.
I don't know what to say about that because in a situation where I had to worry about law enforcement. So,
No, okay, pretty much. Let's say
so I guess me, because I've never been placed in that situation.
the situation.
Right, right.
It was at the Nash. What's the other place?
You know what?
The restaurant.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
He wasn't even there, but he right.
Yeah. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So,
yeah, it's an interesting question. And I could defend that a little bit because I know that you're more rule following. And I'm more,
Push it to the limit.
yeah, I'll push it to the limit or I think outside of the box a little bit more. I might say something to a cop if it's not right. If he pulled me over and I'm like, I wasn't going, where she'd be like, yes, officer, So it's a little different personality. So,
I'll fight this later on.
No, I'm gonna fight this. We gonna handle this right now.
We're gonna fight this back
And I'm gonna get Sarah on speakerphone, and we gonna handle this right now.
Okay, see, once again, that's where the thinking comes in. Some of my friends, they know politicians. They have a lot of police officers in their families. So he's always talking about me about certain things, and he'll tell me, sometimes, if you act in a butthole with them, they'll tend to act a butthole back with you. And you see what I'm saying? And play those games with you. Even though the ticket might not stick, then it sends you downtown where you miss work, you doing all. You see what I'm saying? So I'm already thinking ahead, like, I'll fight this and others. You know what? You're right. You're right, dude. I probably was.
Yeah.
So, okay. But I was trying to tell her that, but
Who is first to say I'm sorry after a disagreement?
her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right. What's your favorite snack while binge watching your favorite show?
Skinny pop.
Skinny pop.
Skinny.
Which one?
Ribs.
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 He went to the whole meal.
Ribs.
Yes.
Oh man, we might need to come down and get some ribs. The way he said ribs.
The way he said it, he was ribs.
He can't cook them.
He just like to eat them.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he likes to eat them. He can't cook them, but he's gonna. Yeah, he'll have his ribs,
Yeah.
and I'll have my skinny pop, and that's what he'll binge on, ribs or chicken wings.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who is the most affectionate in public?
Me. Yeah.
Okay.
That's me. Very much me. She has to get me to back off a little
Yeah.
bit sometimes. because I can be a little,
Handsy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you married.
Sometimes she don't care, so that what leads me to be that way sometimes. Like, I don't care. I'm a grown woman. Look at you, need to make your mind up. You do it.
Yeah, and in the church service is not the time.
When the little children are around,
All right.
the grandson, it's like, no.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because then he be trying to do it.
All right. So that's the end of our cookie jar questions. Thank you so much for playing in the cookie jar, where you never get in trouble for sneaking a cookie every now and then.
Okay, so we are going to jump right into our Kisses and Crumbs. How did the two of you meet, and what was your first impression of each other?
So we met on public transportation, Metro, the bus.
Okay.
It was strictly by chance. Both of us normally would have left a lot earlier that day. And I waited and left late, and he did too. And so we met on the bus. So I always sat in the front because it was this particular bus driver when I moved to Houston that would kind of look out for me. And I sat in the front, and he sat down in the front. And I was like, oh, okay. Because most of the young black men get on the bus, you know, even though Rosa Parks sits in the front of the bus, everybody was in the back of the bus, right? And he sat in the front. And he spoke, and I think I was reading a book or something, and he spoke and asked about my book. But it was the impression, the fact that he sat up front and not
Wow.
with everybody else. And so we engaged in conversation, and I said to myself, I was like, okay, I'm not getting off this bus until I get his phone number. And I missed a couple of stops because I normally would get off a lot earlier for my transfer. I missed several stops, and I was like, okay, my last resort is I can get off downtown and then catch my next bus to get home. And we exchanged phone numbers before we knew each other's names. So my first,
That's cool.
he sat up front.
So, basically, I was looking for a car.
Okay.
You know how it is at a dealership, how they just give you to run around and just taking you through shit. And I sat there, so the guy came in.
You took the later bus.
Yeah, I took the later bus, and don't know why. I couldn't explain that. The guy had already been told, call you tomorrow, and he left the room. I was just still sitting there. It's like I couldn't move. And then finally, it was like, man, let me get up out of here. I walked on to the bus stop. Bus came. There she was. When I saw her, yeah, okay.
So maybe tell it like it was. I thought he was going to hit it and quit it. That's
So there was a reason why he sat in the front that day. You know?
You see this homely looking girl from Colorado. I'm not from here. It looked like I was from Houston. And I was doing my own hair back then. It was rough. I needed to burn. I was trying to live
Man.
and he sat up front
She
and
was
he
living
thought
too.
he thought it was just like, oh, this is an easy target.
Nah, I always said if I can talk to a young lady about anything, from sports to politics, she has my attention. Because that tells she can keep up with me or we can talk. I talk about clubs, I talk about clothes, I don't want to talk about that. And so we were sitting there talking, and the conversation was just interesting. And it was like a vision. It hit me. It was like, I'm going to marry her. And it was like, wow. I keep talking about that stuff is real. I that a voice just come to me, and you sitting there and like, married. Went from thinking you're trying to get something to, yeah, you're going to get it.
You're going to get all of it. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Thank you for answering that. That was really, really good. Tell us about your very first date. What was that like?
Okay, we were kind of speeding our trajectory. So our first date, we met on a Monday. Our first date was on a Friday, the same week. So he took me to a movie and bowling. And I'm competitive. And we're going bowling. I'm sitting there playing like a girl. And something hit me in my head, which was like, kill him. Because I'm a competitor. And I'm playing like, I don't bowl, but I worked at a daycare back home. We used to go bowling all the time. And so I started bowling, and an old friend of mine told me to be able to laugh at myself and then have fun. And I kept repeating that was just relax and just be yourself. And baby, he won one game, I won 2 games. Like I couldn't, and then I was talking smack when we. At first, I was trying to be this like prim and proper, and I was like, "Nah, you got to get me. You have to understand me." So I mean, we talked mess that entire time. That was our first date.
That was good. That's a good first date.
Yeah.
Especially when you can completely be yourself. You're not sending your representative.
Right.
You know, she tried, but I couldn't. Like it was like
That competitive spirit jumped up, you know?
And
let him win because I'm like, you know, you better than this. Like, I couldn't act like I didn't know how to play, and so I think that was a really
Right.
good first
I
date
didn't
to
know how to
see.
play either.
Oh, I did.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know how to play, but I beat you in one.
Yes, you did because
And I didn't know how to play.
that was my representative.
But you knew how to play.
oh,
She said the one you beat me on, that was my representative, not the other.
I was just trying to be like,
Okay. For real.
They still popping from the first date. I love that.
so after dating a while, who made the first move romantically?
he did. So I remember I stayed the weekend. I stayed the weekend.
did.
Oh, I did.
You stayed the
Oh,
weekend.
okay. I stayed the weekend. I stayed the weekend, but
Come on now.
the church girl in me was just like, okay, when we get there, nothing gonna happen. We just gonna sleep and blah blah blah. And I couldn't sleep in weird places back then. Like he'd stay a night at a friend's house. Like it was always weird to fall asleep. And the first night with him, like I slept like a rock. I was just like, oh, well, this is different. And so I stayed the weekend. So by the end of that weekend, I made the first move.
Okay, awesome. And so you started there, and you had a kind of a longer relationship continuing on. What about the relationship caused you to keep coming back?
I think it's our connection to each other. I think it's the love that we have for each other keeps bringing us back. And we enjoy being around each other.
Yep.
Right. Yeah,
When you find your person.
That's fundamental. You got to like the person.
Yeah.
You got to like spending time with them. They can look good. They can smell good. They can all. But if you don't like spending time with them, how you going to get married?
Yeah. I generally like spending time with him. And
Wonderful.
then even now, like, we like spending time together.
Okay.
Yep.
You think?
All right.
So, who said "I love you" first, and how did it happen?
He did.
Yeah.
I know when.
I think when I proposed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about that.
He proposed to me, woke me out my sleep to give me this love and I love you. And will you marry me? I was just like, yes. Can I go back to sleep?
And I sure want to do this.
Yeah.
Tired. I was tired. I really was. And I didn't like being awake. And I still don't like being awake and out my sleep for a conversation. But yeah, he woke me out my sleep and he proposed and I said yes. And then when I woke back up, he was like, do you remember that conversation we had?
He was. That's true, because sometimes when you say something with somebody sleepy, and then you're like, "What? I didn't hear nothing. Why I didn't hear what you said?"
I was just thinking when she said that. Remember that conversation that we had? She go like, "Yeah." My first thought was, "Bam."
I should have said that.
No, that's all right. No, that's real. That's okay. How did you know it was time to propose?
We went to San Antonio the day before, and him and his cousin kept like
it was.
hanging back and like chit chatting, and I'm like, look at this, look at that, and nobody was paying me any mind. I think his cousin was trying to talk him out of it.
Nah, he would. He was always just telling me, "You sure that's what you want to do?" Yeah. Okay. It's your decision. What you got to do. Okay. And that was it. So
Yeah.
nobody tried to talk me out of it.
Your mama?
Mama.
Yeah, that was a perfect segue into our next question was, did anyone try to talk you out of getting married? And who were the naysayers that said, I don't know if this gonna work?
That was my mother.
It wasn't his mama, like not me. His mother was marriage, period. It was marriage overall. It took some warming up to get used to me for his side of the family because I'm from Colorado. I talk like I'm from Colorado. I act like I'm from Colorado. I wasn't from Houston. And they didn't know my family. They didn't know my parents. Who is this girl that sounds white? Because the first time I talked to his mom on the phone, she was like, oh, Lord, he went and got him a white girl. I was on the phone talking to her. So the rest of the house, and I was like, no, I'm black. And so she was like, I got to see this. And his mom was the only one because my mom was happy about it. Yeah, my parents were okay with it. I had a friend who would ask, like, are you sure? It's like you don't second guess like when you make that decision. At least I didn't.
Jumping into getting married, what was your most memorable moment from your wedding?
I was like 7 months pregnant. My mother was insisting on us being married before I delivered. I wanted to wait until like Christmas. I wanted to be married at Rising Star. I wanted Reverend Ross to marry me. Like I had all this stuff planned. Sadly, that summer is when Reverend Ross passed away. So I was like, okay. And my mom was just like, you need to get it now. You're not coming back home. So we decided to go to the courthouse. We have no photos, which I feel bad about it. Somebody took a photo, but we don't have the photo. We picked his mom up because she wanted to be there. And she walked out in a canary yellow outfit from head to toe. I've never seen this type of yellow before in my life. And
She was suited, boy. She was hooked.
suited and booted. Yeah.
Really?
And his mom loves to like drink her beers. And so she had a beer in a little cup and we take her to the courthouse and we're waiting and she's tired of waiting and she disappears down the street. It was some Taco Bell or something like that. She went to go get something to eat because they was taking too long. And when it was our turn, we had to find his mama. And then she wasn't even in there. It was us and then another.
No, she came in.
Okay.
She was my
I would say
trouble.
another judge stepped in to be a witness. And as soon as she kept saying, I can't believe they doing this. And as soon as we was done, I looked at him, I said, please take your mama home. Please take your mama home. And we went to Golden Corral and had lunch, went home, took it out. I was 7 months pregnant, so it wasn't.
Right.
Like, we made up for it 15 years later, and we got married on the beach in Belize. But that's how we started.
Some people will relate. That yellow canary, that would have had me, though. Yeah.
She broke it out.
So when she came outside, like, she suited and booted. Like, she was like the best.
And if anybody would have asked her, she would be like, this whole thing? I had this for a long time.
She thought she was doing it.
I wish we would have had photos, but back then, we had like...
Right. It was completely different.
Right.
Yeah.
Different time.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What song instantly brings you back to your wedding or your relationship?
Isn't it the Isley Brothers, For the Love of You?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Because it was
That's just-
playing in the background when he asked me to be his girlfriend.
Aww.
Oh, wow.
It was playing in the background.
So wait, did we miss it? What's the story about when he asked you to be his girlfriend?
You didn't. It was 2 days after date one.
Okay.
Okay.
It was quick.
I love that.
We only officially been on 3 dates.
Mm.
And it was in the weekend. It was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was.
Oh, so it was that whole, okay.
Yeah.
He heard a voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
He heard a voice.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was so that Friday was the movie theater and bowling. That Saturday was a carnival, and he was losing his money trying to win me a toy, and then a movie. And then Sunday he took me to the Oilers, and that was the last season. The
last
Oilers
time
were.
the Oilers played here.
Yeah. And so I yell at refs because I like to watch the game, and he was talking, and he kept talking to me, and I started yelling at the refs. I was like, hold on a minute, and I was like, offsides.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew I was like, okay, I can watch the game with someone because I love sports like he does. So, we can go to the games and watch and stuff. So we've only been on 3 dates.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my gosh, wonderful. I love it. How do you define a successful marriage?
Not being too overbearing to your partner where they have to downplay who they are. If that makes sense.
That's very clear.
Very clear.
I love the way that you said
Yes.
allow them to have space to be themselves. I think that's really key.
Now, I think a successful marriage is more of a partnership. We can work together as partners. So if one of us is weaker at that moment, the other one can, step up and be that balance, have it balanced.
Right.
I'm a Libra, so balance is important to me. So to have that balance. So that to me is a successful marriage.
Moving on to our next question. What is one disagreement that you laugh about now, but it was not funny at the time?
Them daggone anchovies. I was pregnant with our first child, and we had a little extra money for some pizza, and I asked him after he had worked all day, can you stop and pick up some pizza? And I was craving like a pepperoni pizza from like Pizza Hut, and he comes home and it's pepperoni, but he didn't meat lovers, and he added anchovies. And I think I cried because when that pregnancy craving was just strong, and that was my first pregnancy, and he was like, you can just peel them off, and that made me cry. I think even more because my mom would cook something I didn't like to eat, and she would tell me to pick it out, and so I went back to, but I don't want to. So the anchovies, we laughed today. To him, he was just ordering. It's just food. It's all going down the same. It's just food.
I'm sorry, but I always felt that's pretty much how I grew up. It was like, hey, if you're hungry, I can eat anything that'll take that hunger pain away. It is what it is. Food I don't even like, hey man, it'll stop me being hungry at the moment. So
We weren't raised like that. My mom, my mom would make separate things. So if I didn't want to eat that, then have something.
I remember when you were pregnant and just the smell of spaghetti, just the smell of it.
I could smell it out of his pores. Like
even if I ate spaghetti earlier,
I could smell it on his person. It just
And she was just like, "Get away from me! Stop cooking!"
I was afraid I would never like spaghetti again because of the way I have a bionic nose.
What rule or agreement in your marriage do you believe has been a game changer in your relationship?
It's something that we said in the beginning.
never try to argue in front of the kids, because all I want them to know, mom and daddy love each other. They should never have to try to pick sides or anything like that, or just be looking why this is going on. It was just something that I used to see back in the day when I was growing up. Why people arguing. I used to always just sit there like, okay, no, I don't want to be like that. Okay, I don't want to be like that. And that was one of the things. We go back to the first question when we first started off, or second question, which one of us will go to jail first? Who wants to argue? I don't like to argue. Even though they say debate and argue, they still kind of the same. I always look at arguing is more, I want to say passion and energy that's getting thrown at you. And I always see another person can take that into a whole nother direction, and then you can wind up going somewhere with that. So I've always been on the side where it's like, nah, I never want to argue with anybody, not even my wife. I don't want to argue with nobody. We're going to sit and we're going to talk about this. And we're never going to sit and argue in front of the kids.
Maybe 30 seconds here and there. They know we not friendly with each other. We don't speak.
I'd rather walk around quiet and just, not saying something to let them see that. At least I'm not bickering with her. We're not calling each other names.
The way that their brains are not fully developed to understand the dynamics and how the conflict is being resolved really causes them stress. So they're trying to grapple with it and understand it, but they don't have the tools to understand it yet. So it does cause them kind of increased stress as they're growing up. When they become, in their 20s and so forth, they can understand it. But as young kids, yeah, I get it.
Very good. Very good stuff. Okay, jumping into the next question. What is the biggest annoyance or quirk that each other have, and how do you cope with it?
Well, you used to get in these moods to where you didn't want to speak, and everything. And in the beginning, I'd be like, oh my God, what's wrong? Then after that, I took it as ooh, this is my opportunity to what I want to watch on TV. So that was my way to kind of work through it. I would, go in another room and watch TV or meet a friend, do a little shopping or something like that. I used it to my benefit as, oh, it's me time. He needs this time to work out what's ever wrong and stuff. And it was always like either after an argument or like before an issue and stuff like that. So I used that. That's how I was able to work through that. But you don't do that. You don't have those moments anymore.
My quirk with her was more, she would speak on my name. You speak on my name. I just told you when, you really need to stop doing that.
Oh, when I think something's wrong, because he'll be like, ooh, and I'm like, ooh, what's wrong?
Yeah, like, y'all daddy don't like that. He don't like when you sit. I'm like, whoa. Don't speak on me like that. You don't know, did I say this? No, I didn't say that. Well, I know. It's the way you be looking. This is what you always talk about. Arresting, what you call it?
We know.
I'm just thinking, I can just be. And what's wrong? No, I'm just thinking. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? But that's something I always had. Don't do that.
So, how do you like to receive love from your spouse? Another way of saying this might be your love languages. So, words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, or physical touch.
She's quality time. I'm physical touch.
Okay.
What was the toughest season of your marriage, and how did you get through it?
Toughest season was after my mom passed away.
Yeah.
After my mom passed away a few years ago. So we got through it by going to individual therapy and couples therapy. To this day, we still do individual therapy, which has been great for me. My mom passed very suddenly. I know how to process that grief.
Right. I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know that. Grief is another element. How do you deal with it? The thing is that so many people can tell you how to deal with it, but you may be different.
They were living in Virginia, and she wanted to be buried in Colorado. It was during COVID, so we had to wait a month. She always expressed if anything happened, her service was at Rising Stars. So, I had to reach out to Pastor Smith. I had to wait a month and had to, arrange everything. But right after, not even 24 hours later, he took me on a trip so I can kind of be away. But the grief was definitely hard to process.
Yeah. I think we can relate.
Yes.
And we've noticed that whenever we ask that question, most couples are saying yes when their loved one died, and I was there for support and had to kind of help them through it.
I lost my brother, and I had to get grief counseling. So yeah, thank God for it.
Yeah, I still therapy to this day. We both do.
Yeah.
We still stick to our individual therapy. I at first act like nothing was wrong. I got this, just trying to be independent. And then I think I went into like a functional freeze, and it almost impacted my work. Like I didn't want to go home. And we kept extending our trip. I didn't want to go home. And then that's when I did, okay, because I did want to go home, something was wrong.
Right. Yep. You got to do what you need to do to stay healthy. That's most important. Yep. Okay. All right. So we're going to transition into our last segment that focuses on a sprinkle of wisdom. So these are things that you would share with people that would help them in their relationship. So the first question that will lead into that is, what was the most important compromise that you had to make in marriage?
Oh, man. Can't be selfish. And I was selfish.
I had to understand that we came from two different worlds. So I had to see the world through his eyes. So that was my compromise, because we grew up completely different.
And that's so true. We have a middle son who's almost 20, seeing the world through his eyes as a male. We're child. You can't cry. You got to be tough. But men have feelings. And so to be married to someone is like, wow, he has feelings. It can't all be my way. And our son, he tells us that, I want to be complimented too.
I knew he had emotions, but he didn't like to express them. So I like give him the space for those emotions, and I always compliment it because I always call him my sexy man, and he didn't like that in the beginning. I always be
Do you like it now or no? You still don't like it?
It makes him feel some kind of way, like major pain.
Yeah.
It makes him feel.
Yeah. Oh.
That's his favorite movie, so he know exactly.
Make me feel all inside.
See his face, like. But yeah, and so I always gave him that space for those emotions because I knew if I have them, you have them.
What are the pitfalls or things that you would caution others to avoid in marriage?
Keep people out of it. It's your marriage.
That's one.
That is the biggest. I tell my daughter that keep people out of it.
Well, I keep going back to the word selfish. I'm gonna keep going to that. You can't be selfish in a marriage. You can't.
Yeah.
I remember she said that to me back in the day. It's two people in this room. Two people. I'm hearing you, but I'm not listening to it. I'm not really seeking like what are you really saying until life goes on, and that's when you go, okay, now you start. And therapy also helps that too. That helps me understand that more. Yeah, you got to get away from selfishness.
I had to grow in that area. Coming from a military background, things are done a certain way. So I had to kind of relinquish some of those things and compromise and kind of say, no, she's not from that background. So I have to honor the things that she values as well. And that was tough sometimes. It was tough to just kind of say, yeah, there's two people in the room. Oh, we could talk about what we say, like when we're discussing something. We have this rule around ideas and decisions. So, if we put two ideas on the table, one hers, one mine, why should the crummy one? Yeah, why should the crummy one win? It's not just because it's my idea that it should win. We should pick the best idea that's on the table for all of us. And that's how we go about making decisions. Okay, so last question. What is the secret to your success in marriage?
Laughter. I would say laughter is one of our biggest.
That is a big one.
Because we can even be arguing and I'll bust a joke. But I laugh, he might not be laughing. But I think laughter has been our biggest one.
Our quality time.
Yeah, when we laugh in our quality time.
Yeah, but it's more.
We have more quality time now that our children are grown.
It's more than just laughter.
Yeah, it's a connection.
It's how we spend that quality time. That I would say.
Yeah. It took after the kids, kind of sort of out of the house, to get that new connection because I kept saying that I'm shedding titles, right? So I'm taking off different hats. I'm no longer me and Jordan's mom. I'm not Miss Charles to our youngest kids' friends. Like I'm shedding those titles and I'm back to who I was before kids. So it's like now it's our quality time, like our reconnection. Like you need to connect with who I am now because I'm not running around after 3 kids, taking people places and stuff like that. Like I have time to go to the nail shop when I want to go to the nail shop. I get my time back now.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's great.
We want to take this time, if you have projects or community service that you would like to share with our audience.
Please support your local arts. If you're in Nashville, please support Nashville Ballet. That's where our child is. She's a second company member. Please support because she is on a stipend. We want to keep her stipend going. If you're in Houston, please support Houston Ballet Academy and the company. They do some great things for our children, especially minority children in the community, and so does Nashville Ballet.
Okay.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
If you've enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to Kisses N Crumbs on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on all the social media platforms.
Drop a comment below if you have a great love story, want to join the journey, or just want to keep the conversation going.
And until next time, this is Kisses N Crumbs. May your days be filled with sweet kisses.
And a little less crumbs.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Take care.